Hey guys, this is Crypto Spook from Crymore Gaming, and today we are talking about a game called Savage Resurrection.
And this is Moriarty.
So this is a game which is a combination of first-person shooter, melee combat third-person, and real-time strategy. It's kind of hard to explain. I mean, it sounds awesome, right? And when I first heard about this game, the immediate thing that I thought of was like, ooh, I wonder if this is going to be, like Supreme Commander. And that's what I was hoping, but unfortunately,
It kind of feels like a better graphics version of Battleborn.
I have not played Battleborn, so I can't actually comment on that.
The graphics look pretty, but then up close they look kind of muddled, don't they?
They do. You can see like there's a lot of like flowers and stuff that just don't quite match. So this is a tech tree on the right-hand side. On the left, you can see the class, and so I picked what I had available. I joined this game 3/4 of the way through on the losing side. So you play as humans, and you battle against beasts. I realize now that since this was normal mode, that means that the commander is an AI.
Okay, so there's a human commander in what, like a
Yes, in
competitive
advanced mode, you can put a human commander on it.
Oh, that fits natural selection. Natural selection.
This is
that's
made
what it
by the
reminds me
exact
of.
same people.
That makes a lot of sense. It's a lot prettier than natural
It's
selection.
way prettier
though,
than
isn't it?
natural selection.
Up close, these textures look muddled.
They
to
are.
me.
So you can buy these little items, like I ran out of ammo, so I had to go back and buy an ammo kit. When you go into a garrison, you can instantly transport yourself back to any of the other ones.
Now, I noticed that when you're selecting a class, it looks like there are coins for those classes, but this game also costs money, so there's microtransactions.
Nope, there are no microtransactions. So it's a tech tree, and your commander has to build the buildings that allow you to unlock those classes. And doing things gets you both experience and currency. So the tech trees in this game are achieved by building different buildings, and only the commander can do that, and at the same time the commander can tell you what to do. And he'll drop a little line for you to follow, or he'll tell you to do something. Go attack here, go defend here, build this building. And he'll place a building, and then you just hit it with your sword. Or you can hit resources with your sword to collect resources. You can basically do whatever the heck you want, and it's a good time.
It really does sound a lot like natural selection. Like, everything that you're saying sounds like natural selection, including the commander mode. Though, I remember in natural selection 2, the commander had to be a human, at least for the parts that I played. I admit I didn't get very far into it because it was way too muddled and there weren't enough people playing it. And it was very, very complicated. But the human commander had to actually do everything, or else you couldn't play the game. If you didn't have a commander to follow, you can do it. So I appreciate that there's an AI commander here. But it just sounds like natural selection. Is there anything that makes this game different than that?
That's the one where you're like in space fighting against monsters, right?
Right, you're either the alien monster thingies or you're the Marines.
I did play that game.
But what makes this game different?
I would say that it's more open world than most of the Natural Selection 2 games I played.
So map design is different. Oh, and I see that you can heal things.
Yep, so you can do pretty much anything just by attacking. You can collect resources that way.
They've kept it very simple then.
Yeah, it's very simple.
Now, is that a player?
That is a player. Absolutely. So they have unlocked that class for
That's a class.
Yes. So that is one of
Whoa.
the you can do research and unlock it.
That thing's huge.
Yeah, it is absolutely massive. But as you can see, I almost killed him just by shooting at him.
It destroyed 2 of the...
2 defense towers. Yeah, it was a bad time. We were getting the crap kicked out of us already by the time I joined.
All right, so if I had to describe what I'm seeing, it feels like natural selection has been crossbred with Battleborn. There's a little bit of the MOBA here. There's a little bit more of the MOBA there. In natural selection, all of the enemies were player characters, but it looks like here there are also non-player units that are building and things like that.
I'm actually being attacked by one right now. Those are non-players. Yeah. And you actually get experience, and if you look at the bottom left, you see my level. The more you level up, the more powerful you are, the more damage you do when you attack, the more resources you can gather, the better you can repair buildings. So it's very important to level up, and that's what most people will try and do. They will try and get one character, and they will quote-unquote feed it. And they did that in this game, and they had one guy that was doing really good, so he just leveled up way higher than everybody on my team, and then there was pretty much no way to take him out. He was just wrecking everybody.
So it's a little bit of the Dota, a little bit of natural selection,
Yeah, and there's me asking him to research something, because they've got all these siege towers, which I can't do anything to, because these little piddly weapons will run out of ammo before I do any serious damage to it. And so they've got a hard counter against the humans. Humans can block, which does stop them, but I am not that good at it. I will admit that. I'm better at playing Beast, I think. But I also have pretty good aim, so I guess I can do okay on the human side.
Counter-Strike has taught you well.
Yeah, but they will definitely mess you up. So at this point, they have almost gotten us beat, and I am regretting joining this game. We have lost most of our buildings, so our tech is now pretty much worthless. So the problem is the AI commander doesn't make very good decisions.
Do you think that's because they wanted the AI to not be as effective as a human commander?
I think that's a pretty accurate statement. It seems to me more like both of them are bad, so both sides have the AI, and they're both universally bad.
So there's a benefit in playing in the non-advanced mode is that both of your commanders will suck.
Yeah, pretty much. Almost universally, the first thing they'll tell you to do as a beast is to go and attack their base. And I guess what you want to do as a beast is just harass as much as possible. So as humans, you get this really advanced tech that, once you get it, works out really well. But if you don't have people up there attacking it, then you're screwed.
So when you go into melee, you go into third-person mode.
Yes, melee is always third person, so you have a better view of what's around you.
That reminds me of, I want to say it was Oni? Do you remember a game called Oni?
Like a ninja game?
Yeah, it was like a ninja game.
I heard about it a long time ago.
I guess actually it didn't have a first-person mode. I don't know why I think it sounds like Oni, but for whatever reason, I'm happy to think about that game again. There were a couple of moments in Oni that were super cool. You could chain together these different attacks, right? So, like, you could learn different attacks and get these really complicated kung fu motions going on. It was really neat.
That sounds interesting, I guess. There is not a lot of complex action here. It is click. You click for everything, and that's all you gotta do.
All right. Well, clicking is good.
I don't even think there's, like, if you right-click, that blocks. If you left-click, that attacks. Or whatever you want to do. You know, mine or fix something, build something, destroy something. But, like, destroying buildings on the enemy team gets you gold.
It just sounds more and more like Dota and Battleborn. So, for the people who wanted Battleborn to not be Battleborn, this might be it.
So here's one of the issues I have with the game, with placement. There is a guy in between here that is glitched in here that nobody can get to.
Until the building goes down.
Yep, and then he one-hit kills me.
That sucks. So there's still some breakage there. So it sounds like what they really need to do is add some clip brushes to the various buildings so that people can't get into them. I mean, if you can build something right up against another building, then you should not be able to glitch your way into the back there and be completely invisible and untouchable to the rest of the team.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I mean, and that's what they should add in. So now I have joined the Beast team, and they are completely different. So they have speed, but then they also get projectile weapons further on in the progression. They're very deadly with their attacks, as you saw before when I get one hit several times.
I imagine then, as a Beast, you spend most of your time in third person.
You spend almost all your time in third person. I think I spend pretty much this whole game in third person.
I will say I wish that they had at least varied the animations a little bit, because I saw when they were running in a pack, they all looked like they were making the exact same movement at the exact same time. A little bit of variation would have been nice there.
It would have been, but no, I guess everything gets the same exact character animation. So I've played this map before. I have a little bit of knowledge on it that I assume the enemy team doesn't have. So I'm in normal mode, which means there's, again, the AI commanders, no human commanders, which means there's not going to be any tricky plots. And so right now we're 2-on-2 here, and I got confused in the middle of this and thought that that was still my friend with me.
That looks like your friend.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. That was the enemy. I don't know what happened to the other guy. I guess he ran away.
Ah, your friend was killed. Your friend was still there, but then that other dude just showed up behind you.
Yeah, he killed the crap out of both of us. So you have stamina in this game, as well as health, levels, gold, and I still haven't figured out what the blue bar is. I would assume that that's something important, though.
Well, you have 100 of it.
Yes, I do.
That's
I think
important.
maybe it's magic? And I basically just went through here and I wrecked some face. I was getting a lot of kills, so I wound up running out in front of my whole team and just getting a lot of experience. And that's what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to go attack these NPC characters, which also increase your XP and give you gold, which is important because you need it to buy the little special perks like Frenzy and health kits, ammo. All that stuff requires gold. So our AI commander is not doing a great job building a tech tree, but he did give us a nice close spawn, which I'm a fan of.
I like how it's telling you to climb up to the top of that.
Yeah, I considered it too. I was like, should I? No, that's a waste of time.
You should climb to the top of this tower and then immediately jump off. Good job, thank you, AI.
So he stunned me there. I ran away, I baited my teammate, and they killed themselves. I don't know how that happened, but they
Poisoned.
killed. Oh, it was poison. Yeah, I see that now. You have to have some pretty high mouse speed for this, by the way. You want your DPI set high. I didn't set mine high. I always keep mine at about 600, but I can see that that would be much better.
See, now Counter-Strike has taught me 400 DPI and, like, a sensitivity of 2. And it is really difficult for me to do anything other than that. It always feels so fast. I don't want to be fast.
So these are non-player character droids, and what they do is they act as workers. So if I kill them off, then basically there's nothing they can do up here. They can't gather resources, and they can't repair this building. And my commander wants it dead, so that's what I'm going to spend about 5 minutes doing, is just hitting this building with my swords. At the same time, I'm considering, should I go attack? No, I'll just do what the commander wants. It is important that we kill this building, though, because if they get this garrison up here, then they can deploy much, much closer to us than their main base. And if they had gotten that, then they could have countered us in the middle with their superior firepower.
So we really could see a lot of tactics coming out in the advanced mode.
I've played the advanced mode, and I've played both as commander and as a grunt, and if you have a good commander, then you're probably going to win, especially if you have good team communication. Which there's absolutely none of in this game whatsoever. I don't think any person said any single thing.
But if you had your own team... Now, I understand that you actually started this out with a team.
When I played it, yes, I had a team.
So when you were with that team, you guys were winning.
Oh yeah, we absolutely wrecked face. I guess I'd like to thank the War Owl for getting me into this game. It is pretty fun, and I enjoy it. And I think it's already out?
It is out.
And at this point, I'm level 4, and almost everybody else in the game is below me. And I'm just getting wrecked by these guys with their firearms. So at this point, I'm like, hey, they finally researched enough stuff to give me some guns. And I bought one and proceeded to not do anything with it.
As is right. As is right.
Like, it's just not good, because it seems like there's a lot of, I think it's a hit scan type weapon. Yeah, and then I was like, oh, that thing sucks.
I think I would play this game, but I don't know that I would play it in place of other games that I like. Like, it looks like it's fun, but I would want a team.
Yeah, if you have a team, you're gonna win. That's pretty much the gist of it.
I would not want to play this game as a solo player.
I don't blame you at all. So the tech trees are very different, but at the same time, they are somewhat exactly the same. There's hard counters for every single class on each side. They're basically identical, just they look somewhat different. They're all slow, like basically the more powerful your character is, the slower he is. So you need screening characters, like, you know, just the guys that can run fast and do damage and keep people off of you.
So it follows a rock, paper, scissors, like most MOBAs.
I wouldn't say that's true. You can kill any class. In fact, the lowly characters do an incredible amount of damage to the high-level characters, which is why you need the screening elements. And as the commander, you can actually choose to boost characters. There's a lot to this game that I don't understand and haven't tried yet, so I can't really say whether or not it's great once you get further in the game. So yeah, that is Savage Resurrection. Any thoughts?
I like it. I like it. I would play it. Again, I'm not sure that I would place it in my lineup of games that I play for fun. If I had a team, I think that I could see myself saying, okay, hey guys, why don't we get Savage Resurrection up?
And it's an interesting game because it's a first-person shooter, a sword game, and possibly a real-time strategy. Maybe we'll do another video of the commander mode, see if we can get a game where Moriarty and I both go as commanders. Well, guys, that is Savage Resurrection. Let us know what you think in the comments. Until the next one.